Hello everyone, welcome back to Yuppie Guppy. This is week 4A for Sunday, May the 4th. And yeah, this is me just recapping, catching up to the day that I'm supposed to be on. And today, for me, I'm recording these episodes on May the 19th, which is today. And so yeah, this is what I'm doing. So the first thing I'm going to say is during that week, every A episode is the beginning of the week and every B episode is in the middle of the week. So this is the beginning of a new week. And I was finally ready to do what I gotta do. I was ready to hit it hard this week. So and the other thing I did that weekend before the week is I took the time to learn Blender. So I saw this really cool tutorial. It's a donut tutorial. I'm not sure who exactly it was from. I forgot because that was a while ago. But let me just see if I can find them real quick. Because in this tutorial, it basically taught me how to model. Basically, all I learned was how to use Blender, modeling an object, and texturing, I guess, or putting color to it, and rendering it, and also compositing it in Blender, which is really cool because Blender can pretty much do everything. I would say it even has its own, for me, whenever I was using Maya, we would render it out from there, and then we would still do the compositing or add special effects in Nuke. And it kind of feels like in Blender, you can kind of just do it in Blender and render it all together, which I thought was really cool. Oh, Blender Guru, that's his name. So if you want, you can find him, Blender Guru. He has a Blender tutorial for complete beginners, and all you're doing in this tutorial is modeling a donut with icing, sprinkles, then you learn to duplicate it, and then you build your own plate, you set up the camera, you put the lighting, he teaches you how to do all of that and gives you tips and stuff. And then he also and he did really well. He broke everything down. He over explained everything, which is the kind of the way I like to learn. He just shares a lot of information that I really enjoy, and it was easy for me to understand, and it only took me 2 days to do. I think for some people who've never used or who've never been into animation or used software like Maya before, I've seen in the comments it has taken some people a week to do, or I don't know, even longer. But because I have prior experience with Maya, going from Maya to Blender is really easy to kind of see, because it's pretty much the same thing, just different. And yeah, so it took me only 2 days to watch all of the tutorials. I think there's 12 videos. Yeah. And yeah, and he even teaches you how to animate the camera. He goes from beginning to end to where I get to produce my own not animated, but I guess it is technically animated, my own animated video of these nicely placed donuts on a plate in a kitchen setting. And I really like that. I think it turned out really well. I learned so much. Hopefully I haven't forgotten since it's been a while, but yeah, and I actually learned to really love Blender. I really like it. I think no, for sure I'm using Blender until I don't know, until I guess I have money, or until I actually like Blender more than Maya. I'm sorry that the render engine inside, it renders so fast. It's easier for me to tell how it's gonna look like when I render it in Blender than it is for me in Maya. When I'm in Maya, it comes out of the render and it looks like trash. I'm sorry, all the time. And I have to re-render, refix this, fix that. I don't know what's going on. With this, I could just it's real time rendering. I just see exactly how I want it. And then when I render it, it looks exactly how it's supposed to look like. And to me, that's the best thing ever. So I really like that. Yeah, so this tutorial was amazing. And yeah, the next thing I did is I was also looking forward to finally sticking to the schedule and bringing back the podcast that week. I was yes, I'm back. I'm ready. I was ready to do everything. I was back on track. After my hiatus, I was ready to hit it going, or hit the fan, or just get the ball going. I don't know. I think that's the best way. I don't know what I was trying to say, but yeah, you know what I mean. But yeah, and then the other thing was I also was supposed to build a website for one of my clients, and I was ready to do that. And even so yeah, that's what I was gonna do this week. Or that week, I was going to work on my client's website, and then do rigging tutorials, because rigging is different from Maya, I guess, maybe a little bit. I need to figure out what the difference is. But all I was gonna say is I learned how to model, how to use like the shader, hyper shader, whatever they call it. I forgot. The hyper shade, yeah, shader thing, render, compositing, lighting, and camera movement. Like I got to and animation a little bit. The graph editor is pretty much the same thing in Maya, but yeah. So I was able to do that tutorial. So now I was looking forward to doing a rigging tutorial, so I can, you know, animate, make my own characters and stuff like that. So that's what I plan to do that week too, and then obviously continue off with my book. But on Monday, I think Monday night, we had to rush my dad to the hospital, or to the ER, and it was very scary. So yeah. So then that whole week, that whole plan, all the things I planned that week did not happen, and the hiatus continued for another like 2 weeks, pretty much 3. I don't even know. I think 2 weeks. Yeah, 2 weeks. So I haven't been able to do anything for the next 2 weeks because of my dad. Well, not really because of him, but more like I was just like in shock, like, oh my God, is he gonna be okay? And he's been in the hospital to this day. So he's been in the hospital for 2 weeks, and you know, I've just been praying for him, going to church more often, and yeah, putting all my trust in God, you know. And you know, I have hope that he's gonna come out, I think, this Wednesday. If not, you know, however long it takes for him to be healed, I will let it be. Like, you know, I'm not trying to rush anything. As long as they take care of him, it's all good, and he can come back. But yeah, he was very serious condition, and yeah, changed our lives, I guess, in these past 2 weeks. So yeah, I'll tell you guys more details later. That will be it for this episode. It is pretty short. But yeah, I'll leave with a little cliffhanger so you guys don't know what happened. But I'll tell you what happened, I guess, in more detail next time. All right. Thank you for listening to the podcast. See you next time.